What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit and I am back with some more Age of Mythology, the Tides action, spawning on the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is player in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is More. The map is Ghost-like, and it is currently 2-0 for player. Taking these games with some very efficient Zeus, really building out some very strong units to counter that standard style of Oranos. We've seen Moore go for the same strategy 2 games in a row, that 4-minute advance followed by chilling until you lose. We'll see if he can change that one up and try and do something a little bit different. Unfortunately, he's trying to like micro this boar, and it's having none of that. It's completely owning Moore at this time, but we'll see what happens here. 2-0 for player, so Moore has to win in the next 3 games in a row in order to take this series and have a chance at going on to the final 1v1 here, or maybe player will be able to take this game, next game, or the next. He's only got to win one more, so we'll see if he can do so. This map being double gold mine Ghost Lake. Not sure if it favors either player at this point because both players can't. I don't know if it's going to be like a gold star situation having these 2 gold mines. But the map does have quite a good amount of hunt here. It's got a lot of these goat as well. I want to check how Moore is scouting this one out. And we can see he's scouting out by using his Oracle scouts and running them around. Generally speaking, the majority of goats on this map spawn in the middle of the map. You do have a couple stray goat. No, you don't. Apparently, you have no stray goat except for on the ice here. So what you kind of want to do as Oranos is potentially grab every single one of your oracles and try and scout out this middle. And same with the Zeus player. Definitely want to be going through this ice first and scouting out the goats, because you can see players got 7 goats, 9 goats here. And then if we check out more, he has got 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. So it looks like this kind of style of scouting works a little bit better by grabbing this middle ice, and it does give you a little bit of an advantage there. So if we're going to check out what's going on here, we do see 5 villages food, 2 villages wood, 3 villages gold, and we see the houses, 3 villages wood, 2 villages gold, and we see the house coming up in order to protect. This is a beautiful wood line here for player. It's going to be very difficult for Moore to raid this one, and we can see using these houses here, if you can chuck another house in here at some point, that's going to be a beautiful wall which forces Moore to run all the way through here in order to get onto the wood line, which is just not going to happen. We are seeing, this is something very different. We got 2 villages on gold at this point already. Okay, so he's getting up that, he's trying to get the gold up as soon as he's possible and then take the villages off gold and then build the temple. Moore's just like trying to come up with some interesting stuff when Atlantean early game is just super simple. But it looks like he's going for a, it does look like he's going for a 430 here, which is nice to see. But he's taking the villager off gold in order to get some extra food income. You can see he's building the temple over here, and then he's going to put the villager over onto wood again. And I think maybe he realizes, oh man, these boars are not treating him well. You need to move your citizens closer to the boar before you attack them anyways, so that they don't miss. And anyways, he's going to be taking this one down, and this villager is going to come out fairly soon. He's still going to be short on the food. And I think that was because he like bashed away at this gold mine for a little bit too long there instead of doing the standard build there. But now he can spread out onto this with the 3-2-2 that he does like using. This is now back to standard. And finally, we've got Moore treating this matchup a little bit more like standard. So we'll see if what he was scared of in those first 2 games happens in this game, or if he can manage to survive a little bit longer. I want to check out if he does get those upgrades as well. We do see hand axe coming through for Moore, so that does mean he's going for economy as well. We don't see any hand axe just yet for, there's the hand axe for player, and he's got 2 villagers on favor, and he's got 5 villagers on food, and all of that other good stuff. I guess we'll see what happens from here. Got the Hermes coming through, got the Prometheus coming through, both fairly similar advance times. We've got the Catastropus checking out what's going on. I'm sure he would check out what upgrades Moore's got and see see hand axe and know that a 430 is coming, and then he can react accordingly. He's now advanced. We've got player in the classical age here. Got the Odysseus and the Jason coming out. Centaur coming out as well. Checking out the relics. We've got the Tusk of the Iron Bull, which is gigantic. And Guy's Book of Knowledge is kind of important, especially against Atlantean, but we haven't seen very much Fast Titan action for a very long time, so I feel like maybe it's not that important. But more going for the double counter barracks this game. I like the change up. I do like it. And he's actually taken... Has he taken villagers off food? Yeah, and he's taken villagers off food and chucked them over onto wood. So he's going only Terma this game. Back to his roots, back to Oranos roots. I like it. I think that the counter barracks play went out of fashion, but it's still incredibly strong going for the early 2 counter barracks and then throwing down a military barracks later. Super strong, and he can get out the extra Terma in order to defend against this. I think Moore does need to chuck his units into his villages back into this back line here. We're also going to see the Valor get cast. Here we go. Valor comes through. That's going to force these guys back. I don't even know if player's going to bother using... If player's going to bother using his Bolt or not. Does manage to pick off all of those Prometheans straight away. And all I want to see this game is more get out a early cheaper heroes technology. We can keep an eye on that temple. See what happens here. We've got the military academy and the stable, so player just staying to his roots. I feel like it's a little bit... I don't know if I like the fact that he's done this, simply because he's in here, he's checked out the base. This stable comes down so late. I feel like the stable should come down first and just go for the Hippocon first. We are going to be seeing the Shockwave picking off one Centaur there. No ceasefire being used. We see another Centaur running in here. Unfortunately, not going to be hitting that guy. However, the Odysseus is going to be taking a little bit of damage here from those medium term are going to force him out of here. We are seeing that Moore needs to get out another house here. Does he have access to husbandry? He doesn't have husbandry just yet. Does need to grab that one if he's going to be gathering from goat, because they do gather very, very slowly, and he's sitting at full population right now, so he may as well grab that one. We're seeing the military barracks now get thrown down as more of these citizens are coming out. So he's going to start getting those Murmillo out, which is going to be very good for him. We are seeing a little bit of a raid here from this one Terma. The villagers get pulled off the line here. Moore needs to count, definitely needs to micro this one at this point, but it does look like plays moving in and out here, and does look like the Terma going to just get away with 4 HP, which is not something you really want to see. It would kind of be better for the Terma to just die here. Now we're seeing Moore leave his base, which I love. Does not need to defend everything. He's got his base very well protected with manners at this point. He's also got his heroes in the back here, which can pick off any stray Centaur. Going to be running in with these medium Terma. Going to try and pick off these guys. We still see another Terma trying to pick off these villagers. The villagers are going to be retreating now. One Terma does die, and 2 Terma have fell to this 5 villagers here, but they are starting to get low HP. He's chilling over here, and he hasn't spotted the Terma leaving the base here, but he has left the base himself. He's coming in with these Centaur. We do have Terma already over here. We are going to be moving in. This Terma does decide to lead these villagers in here, and this is huge for Moore, picking off so many of these villages right now. He does need to micro this a little bit better. Unfortunately, some of these Terma did hit each other when they were trying to pick off the other one, and we do have 1 HP villager here. Never want to see that. We've got the the Hoplite running in here. They can take down this counter barracks very, very fast. However, we've got all the Terma running in over here, and we see this nice distraction here. Centaur now going to move in while these units run over here, and player's just going to sit here and fight, even though he knows he can't really win this fight. Have the Centaur run in here, try and pick off the very furthest citizen he possibly can. We do see his ult est as well, and it does look like the citizen's going to be able to get into that manner. Or is he? He does manage to pick off a citizen. That's a gigantic. However, more villagers running into the line of these Terma here. Maybe going to be able to pick them off. Maybe because there's one villager right there going to be falling out, with the rest do manage to get away, and this counter barracks is still chilling here. Does look like the Hoplite are going to be kind of alive, but a lot have fallen. These Terma are doing very, very well for themselves at this point. The Centaur yet again moving in, trying to pick off some of these villages. However, not able to do so just yet. Has got a lot of damage onto Moore at this point, but Moore's not out of this one by a long shot. He's going to be moving these Terma and trying to pick off some of these Centaur as best as Moore can. However, Moore not able to get onto them just yet. The micro is a little bit too strong for a player at this point. Going to be trying to move in and pick off some of these units. Still not getting that upgrade just yet, which does make me very, very sad, considering he sees this many myth units. However, Hoplite here, going to be trying to pick off these units. He's running away, trying to do the things that he can do, And he is actually going to pick off a couple more of these hoplite. He does need to maybe try and get these heroes to be attacking the centaur while they're attacking, if that makes sense. So you kind of wait before you attack them, just kind of have them selected, run them around so they can't get hit, and then when the centaurs attack, click onto the enemy centaurs and you're going to get some hits onto them because they can't run while they're moving. Sorry, they can't attack. Yes, they can't run while they're attacking. That's what I meant to say. More citizens do get picked off, though. More's hurting at this point. I must say, 4 villages, and then 5 villages, 6, 7, 8. God, that's just not that many. But unluckily for player, he's really not able to do this. We do see some heroization right now from Moore. He's still building Terma though. Stop building that Terma. Use those resources you've got in these Terma being built and get some Terma heroes. It's very, very simple. Stop auto-queuing. He has actually done that, which is very, very smart, finally. It does feel good. And he should be able to start making some of these heroes, but he's probably just going to be going for a town center, to be honest. That's why he's stopped the auto-queue. He's also losing some more of these Terma back here. Any villagers moving over to the town center? No, not just yet. Has he got that upgrade yet? Has not got the upgrade just yet. I've got the citizen just chilling over here. What's he going to be doing? What is the aim right now? Player still sitting on 1 town center. Does not have that many resources. Sitting at 72 favor. Sorry, 72 population to Moore's 115. Chucking out an army. Looks like he wants to go to the next age and potentially counter the centaur with Stymphalian birds or satire. He does have access to chaos, which does pick off 1 centaur every charge, and then you have Satire, which can also help pick off the centaur. And we're seeing some heroizing right now from these terms. I'm going to use that term to try and scout a little bit. We are seeing deleting some of these terma to get out extra villages, it looks like. And we do see yet again some nice micro here from player. This terma never going to be able to pick off any of those centaur right now. However, this gold mine does look like it's going to be finished soon, so he's actually going to have to fight. He does have access to Shockwave, so he can use that one onto some of these centaur. We just see a little bit of a raid coming in over here, but Moore's way ahead of that one, putting all those villages back into the manor. And now we're seeing this fight going on, which is really, really nice for Moore. Unfortunately, focusing down a Hippocon instead of the Hoplite is always a bad try and kill off the Hippocon with Terma. You want to be focusing down the hoplites as best you can. Get these heroes onto these centaurs as best you can. Nice raids right now. Going to potentially pick off another citizen there, which is huge. Also, these Terma not quite getting onto the centaurs straight away, which you do need to do. Again, more villagers going to get picked off. Nice centaur usage right now as more completely focusing onto this fight. All of these villagers need to get into their town centers or their watchtowers, and that's what's going to be happening there. We see a bunch of idols right now for more. Let's check out player at this point. He's still not that close to any next age. He's got 17 villagers on food here. Does look like it's feeling a little bit like players on a bit of a he kind of needs to finish this game at this point because he's not able to get to that next age, and he's not sitting close to that many resources, still pumping out units. Going to be getting Olympic parentage though, which is a very, very strong technology. Moore still sitting at 61 favor, but he does have 500 wood at this point, and we do see Hyperion is going to be coming through for Moore at this point. So now he's finally able to do what he didn't get to do in that last 2 games, and that's get to the heroic age, and he can actually attempt to pick off some of these centaurs. Chucking down another temple because he knows this temple's going to go down. Definitely wants to get that free satire out of getting to the next age. We're still seeing those heroes chasing around these centaurs, but again, low HP. I do feel like if you just grab, if you can see which centaur is getting attacked, then you may be able to pick off one of these Terma without losing a centaur, especially this low HP one. But not able to do that one just yet. Centaur going to be going around for potentially another little dip in here. These citizens are definitely vulnerable at this point. So you can come in here and potentially pick off some of these guys. And nice micro yet again with these Centaur. Army movement more so. Able to get in under this thing right here. We see the chaos getting used right now. And we do see that does manage to convert a lot of these units right now, which does mean player loses out on quite a bit. And we're seeing these terminal raids happen yet again. Not spending any resources just yet on the Satyr, not using Valor either just yet. We do have all of these villages moving over onto this town center. So it looks like Moore's going for the second town center at this point. What's he building? He's going to be getting out Contarius. Okay, I like the Contarius. I do like the Contarius. He's going to be able to get 3 Contarius out, then cast Valor onto those Contarius, and then he's going to be able to chase around these Centaur and pick them off Finally. Nice watchtower. He doesn't have crenellation, so it's very difficult for the watchtower to actually do anything. He can actually afford to get it, so he should. But a lot of those centaur did die right then to pick off the citizen. Killing off one of his own manas to get up another mana closer to his gold mine. Very, very good. Seeing the medium term run out again, and they're going to be greeted by a volley of centaurs. However, the centaurs only focus down one unit there instead of two separate units, and that's always going to be overkill. We do see yet again these villagers, these centaur running in, going to be trying to pick off these citizens, and he does manage to do a lot of damage to that one citizen, but more on top of that one, getting him back into that location. Satya coming out yet again. We do see Valor does get cast. Now we can get these Contarius to chase around the centaur and finally pick them off. What's the speed like on these? We have 6.66 speed to 6.5 speed. So it does work out that Moore's Contarius can chase down these centaur and pick them off, even though it's only just a little bit of speed. We're not seeing any more Contarius getting built just yet, which I do like, going for the Arcus to counter the Hoplite. He does need to get out some more Mamilla, which he's doing, and he's got his economy sorted fairly nicely right now. So even though Moore's going to be battling because he's lost so many units, his economy is actually in a fairly decent position, even though he's lost so many citizens right here. If you check out player right now, he has not got a second town center. He's got his farms up, so he's very far away from the next stage. He is sitting at max population right now. And where are the Contarius at? He's over here, so he's going to be running them over here. If you can get them onto the back of this centaur line, that's going to be gigantic. And you may be able to pick off a couple of these guys. And we do see the centaur are bailing right now. Look at how much damage they do. That's so much damage. Unfortunately, Moore can't control these Contarius very, very well. Does manage to pick up another one right there as they're running away. And it does look like more of this micro. Nice shockwave. This is huge. All of these stats are going to do so much damage. And we're going to see these Contarius getting, but yet again, getting onto these centaur pole mark in order to pick them off. Going to be able to do so much damage to them right now. We do see them falling. We've got these hero termite in the back, not really doing anything. Contarius not getting onto the centaur either. But all of the centaur have fallen, or at least almost fallen. We've only got two more left. Players sitting at 89 population to Moore's 99 population. And the gold mine in his base is going to be running out fairly soon. He's going to be falling into the gold starved situation in about 4 or so minutes. We're seeing the armory coming up now. For player, the player is going to have to spam units if he wants to continue in this game. He's only building out Hoplite and Hippocon as well, which is very food heavy. So it's going to be difficult for him to get out of the classical age. And what's Moore doing now? Is he going to keep building out Contarius, or he's going to go for the Arcus? Looks like he's got the Arcus coming out. He's got some termites. He's got some Satyr. This is looking okay for Moore at this point. Much better than the last game. Seeing military barracks coming up for Moore now as well. However, the wall is broken, so player can start moving in onto this gold mine, which is the only kind of gold mine he can grab. Also got a hoplite over on this gold mine, which is kind of both guarding this town center and these 3 gold mines, which is a brutally good town center right there for Moore if he can grab it in order to control a gold mine. We're seeing the centaur yet again moving in. They can now come in and try and pick off these guys. Do we have the... Nope, still don't have that upgrade. No upgrade for Moore just yet. Using Chaos though, going to be able to pick off one of these Centaur, but for some reason the Murmilla is deciding to pick off the Gaia Centaur instead of the other one, and we do see that. It doesn't matter all too much, but do manage to pick off one there. Still not microing these heroes onto the myth units is never what you want to do. You've got Hero Arcus right here, just use that guy. Do all that damage. What's the damage they do? It's like 500% damage versus myth units. And if you do 8 damage, 500%, that's like 40 damage a shot, which is huge. I'm not sure if that's exactly how our percents work. Is it 5 times? Sure, for 40 damage. 40 damage against the Centaur. Centaurs have 34% pierce, so it's kind of a little bit less, but it's still a lot of damage they do. And Contarius also have 350% damage, and they just absolutely make these Centaurs feel the pain. Player may want to be thinking about shifting into a different sort of army here, because at this point it looks like Moore's able to deal with this Centaur. Is he going to be going to the next age? No, still not. He's got so many villagers on wood. He needs to build more farms here. He's only got 16 villagers on food when he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 military buildings. So 4 military buildings at, it's at build times of 15. Build time 20 seconds and 14 seconds. So you basically need 4 villages for each military academy, and then 4 villages for the town center, right? So 12 and then 16. So he's only got enough for that much building villages and building army. So he's not going to be able to get to that next stage very fast. We're seeing some more deletions here. Maybe to get out citizens. More has been killing his own units quite a little bit here because he's been building too many. We're seeing Hecate come through as well, so more not grabbing in that third town center, opting for an early mythic age, so he can now utilize that Tartarian gate and go for a split push, or maybe move forward and then utilize that to go for a gold starve or something. Could be an option. We're seeing the raids yet again, able to pick off another centaur of Moore, but Moore's going to be okay with that. I think he can just rebuild them. Maybe he's max citizens at this point. Actually managed to pick off 2 here. Contarius going to be chasing around the centaur, but little does he know, he does not click on the Contarius and seen 6 HP, which is enough from these 5 centaur to pick that Contarius off. But he's going to be retreating at this point. We're seeing the Oracle Scout does find out that this gold line is the place that's being gathered from, but Moore not reacting to that one just yet, chasing around the centaur. Going to be moving in onto this location here, trying to grab this settlement. He does have the army to grab that one. So that's going to be nice and slow, not steady, nice and steady wins the race. No, slow and steady wins the race. Going for this town center, we do have 1 hoplite over here that has scouted this, and I'm pretty sure player's just going to go for his own third town center instead of contesting this one. We're seeing Hecate come through. We've got the Contarius in here, going to be using that one. It is in range of the town center though, it looks like. Can we check that one out? Yeah, it is in range of the town center, so eventually it will fall. You see it does 5 damage a shot. So eventually it does fall. You want to try and get these Tartarian gates slightly outside of the range of the town center so that the Tartarian spawns jump in there and deal the damage to you. But the town center can't kill it, so it stays there. It does force your opponent to have to actually kill it instead of anything else. We are seeing Lampades out, which do convert the centaur, which is huge. However, this Gaia centaur has got a mission. Not happy to be a part of Gaia's team. He was happy on player's team. But it does look like the centaur is going to be dying before the Lampade does fall. And player's still sitting in the classical age, not able to utilize any of these farms here. Has had to send his entire army over here to deal with the Tartarian gate. So the Tartarian gate does fall. I do feel like Moore did not utilize that opportunity very well. All of these units over here, he should always try and get on the offensive when you use Tartarian gate and force your opponent to think about whether they need to commit to your fight or commit to the Tartarian gate. And either way, it's a win for you, right? Because the Tartarian gate does damage and you do damage. Otherwise, it's just him dealing with the Tartarian gate and it's almost a waste. We are seeing more farms coming down for player. He's still trying to build some more villages, and that feels good. But 3 town centers is up for more. We're seeing chaos yet again. Where was the chaos used? I'm not sure. Oh, over here. Seeing the raid coming in. We do have a Lampade here, which is going to grab another one of these centaur, question mark. Yes, does manage to grab another centaur, and it does look like that does save this village's life as well, as the centaur is going to be trying to pick off the rest of these centaur, and the Lampade chases them around. We do see that citizens are here, so we can start building up some offensive palaces and then continuing the game that way. We're seeing a lot of these. This army from player is going to be able to push more back, and I don't feel like this army is that strong for more. He does have heavy Arcus and heavy Fanatics out, but it's just not that good just yet. We check out Moore's economy. He's sitting at a very, very high amount of villages and a very high amount of population, 160 population, 2 players, 130 population. So both players are full population. So this does come down to whoever has the stronger army, and 30 more units is, or 30 more population of units is very, very important. We're seeing a Lampade move in. She's going to be able to take out something. It looks like it's just not. She's going to get taken out by the ODC. Oh, does manage to get a centaur for her death, which is huge. We are going to have these hoplite are going to be falling as well. Looks like Moore is actually struggling in this fight, sitting now 145 population. So he's actually falling, whereas players also lost 15 population, so it's fairly similar. I do want to see player go for this third town center while this fight's happening. It does look like that's what he's doing, but he doesn't have the resources because he's losing too many units. We're seeing the Fanatic come in as well. He still doesn't have... I'm not sure if that upgrade just shows up on everyone's thing or if he has it or not. I guess I can click here and then... No, here. Okay, so he doesn't have it because it says that it's 100 wood, 60 gold instead of the cheaper resource. That's such a good upgrade, and Mort just doesn't know it exists for some reason. Anyways, trying to push in through here and pick off all of these military units. We've got the villagers running into this battle. Feel like getting their daggers out. Mort does need to think about getting up a palace in this location in order to really control it. He does have some heroes here, which are going to be picking off some of these centaurs as well. How's some of those upgrades looking? He does have decent upgrades. He's got irrigation and quarry and bowsaw. Definitely want to be grabbing that flood control as soon as you possibly can, because 8 villages on farms is great, but it's really not that fast unless you have flood control. It's not even fast when you have flood control, but at least it's decent. And we do see more walls up here for player. These wooden walls need to be dealt with in order to have more running through here. But Moore can just chuck up his palaces now, and he should feel good. He should feel good if he can get up these palaces. But he's still building out what looks like Satyr. He's still building those guys out, trying to move forward. More building up that sky passage on both sides of the map to control this town center. Does player see this? He does not see the sky passage. So he's going to go for this town center, and then there's just going to be units that just flood over there. So Moore getting his own personal underworld for the cost of 400 wood and 300 gold instead of 800 food and 500 gold, if you get what I mean. It's not exactly how it works, but now we're seeing the villagers run around here, and it does look like they're looking to grab this town center. As soon as he gets the resources, he sees the town center, he sees the sky passage. However, the fighting is happening. We do have Champion Mamilla here. We do see ceasefire going through. Going to be able to get this town center up. That's going to feel good for player. It doesn't allow him to continue in this game. The big thing about Zeus versus Oranos in the old days, before these max centaur strats with hoplite and hippocon, where they were just like decimating, Zeus was always behind Oranos. So this doesn't feel that different, except he'd probably be in the Mythic Age normally if he wasn't spending all these resources on centaur. But yeah, I feel like player can definitely come back in this game if he can get out some. If you can get out some technology and get out the heroic age, get out the mythic age. He does still have this gold mine left, 200 gold left in that. Has 3,000 gold left in this gold mine here. And he's got some gold over here as well, but that is next to the sky passage. So we'll have to see these villagers take this one down. He does. I'm pretty sure villagers have some sort of bonus against sky passage. Maybe they don't. I'm not 100% sure. Got the citizen over here. We do see that these guys are walled in. That was a nice wall there from player, but these units are really, really strong here. And by the time, well, maybe he'll be able to push through here by the time these all die, but it does look like this army of player is a little bit too strong right now for more. Able to pick off all of these units while the back reinforcements are battling here. The sky passage does get finished there, leaving a huge amount of rubble there for him. If we check out over here, we've got the walls coming up and another sky passage coming down. Moore does want to venture over to that side of the map and stop that gold operation, potentially attack that town center as well. He's got no real sky passages at the back of his base either, so that's not happening just yet. We see the Jason does get picked off, and these units can run through this wooden wall here. Not sure they want to be at this point, because they do get huge concave of arrows getting thrown their way, as that does force Moore to get out of here at this point. And we are seeing yet again another sky passage built for Moore going to be getting taken down by player. Player does not like these sky passages one bit. They're very, very, very good buildings here. We do see Apollo's finally coming through for player as he's able to get to that heroic age after spamming so many units. We see Centaurs coming out as well. Still pumping those guys. Wouldn't mind just seeing him stop the Centaur production in order to maybe get out some of those Manticores when he gets to the next age. We've got the Contarius coming over here, getting the raids. Another Sky Passage coming out for more. Still hasn't used it. Could definitely just send a couple of units over there. He doesn't need this many units attacking at this location. If he can get over here and attack this, it'll be really, really good. We're seeing the walls pumping up here. So that's going to delay this even more. We're seeing villagers jump onto this Sky Passage. Apollo has come through, so now Apollo can potentially get that underworld to come over to this location here. And then be able to defend both, even though there are Sky Passages here. So they're coming through, going to be able to pick off all of these villages. Villagers are repairing this this Sky Passage, and now we've got the two lone raiders trying to move in here in order to take down that wall. Player sitting at 115 population to Moore's 160 population. Player does not have that much gold income at all, and not building any villages out of these town centers either. When he's not on max villages, definitely needs to get those ones out. And if we check out the upgrades, he doesn't have quarry. He does have shaft mine, so it's okay, but it's not that great. His gold income is very, very slow. And also because he went through Apollo and not Dionysus, he can't spend that food on to Hydra, which would probably help him out in order to push through this location here, but can't afford that one just yet. We're seeing Palace getting thrown down into this gold mine. Buy more, which is going to shut down this gold mine. We're seeing villagers retreat into their town center, so that's back to only this gold mine getting gathered from instead of both. Underworld Passage coming through for player now. You can be able to venture over to this side, and now the units... Oh, why would you retreat? Just move forward and kill the Underworld. Just don't worry about this location here. You're not going to be able to get over there and keep this palace getting up, but he does want to utilize that Sky Passage. He's going to be shifting the battleground, and I guess he can move in here and then use all these units to pick off this location. We do see another palace coming up over here, and that one should get stopped as well if player notices it, but he may be too distracted with this location over here. We see the destroyers jumping straight onto that underworld. Oh, maybe not jumping straight onto the underworld. They definitely need to be taking that one down. We're not seeing any villagers moving up just yet. Buy more in order to get this palace up, and it does look like that's going to be going to be falling from the town center fire here. This palace does get stopped again. The citizen does not manage to survive there, and now I've got the Contarius coming in over here. The palace does get stopped here, and now these villagers need to get out of here. Would probably be worth it just to retreat them over to this side of the map and jump onto this, potentially kill this palace, and then make the push through here. At least save these villages. We're seeing Odysseus and Heracles getting produced from this town center, but we have the champion destroys. We deal so much damage to this town center. That one looks like it's going to be going down very, very fast, and player cannot leave this location because this is the only location he's gathering gold from. So he needs to stay here, and he can't defend both of these at once. We're seeing the Odysseus dip out of there. These villagers need to just jump through this underworld passage as well. We are seeing all of player's economy just falling at this point as he decides to tap out. GG, well played there by Moore, able to win this game when he was coming from behind in that early game, getting those Contarius out in order to deal with the Centaur. Totally makes sense now what he was going for in those other games. He just could not manage to get to the heroic age. It looks like Contarius completely hard counter the Centaur, even though he loses so much from them. Player could not just keep up with him once he lost all of those Centaur. It takes a long time to build them up, and you lose them. And he does manage to take this game with some very nifty Sky Passage play here, getting over here and completely shutting player out of this game. If you enjoyed this game, please rate, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you like my videos and want to see them as soon as they come out. My name's Boit, and I will see you guys next time.